Good morning. Good morning. Happy Mommy Mondays. You guys, I'm so excited to be here another day to just kind of take a moment to bring it all into center. If this is your first time to Mommy Mondays, welcome. Please feel free to comment, like, and share. Today is a great day for us to come together to decompress from Thanksgiving and get ready for the holiday season. We are here with Christina from um, our wellness coach. She is here to help us get ourselves together. If you were here the last time she was on October 30th, she talked to us about what are some of the difficulties of balancing our wellness and motherhood. If you have not seen it, please go back and check it out. It was mind blowing, some of the things that she brought to the table. So, of course, we had to bring her back. And you guys, the reason why I wanted to bring her back is because I think sometimes we could talk about things and not have practical application. So, today we're going to practically apply what Christina is going to share with us, breathing techniques, some mindsets that we need to just incorporate in our life to help us to be our best selves, which then gives our children the best moms. So without further ado, and excuse the children, hold on one second. Okay. Without further ado, Miss Christina.
Hi,
Hi. Good morning. Good morning. How are you feeling in this very moment?
I'm doing okay. Ended up getting sick over the weekend from either work or my kids. So today is a little lagging, but we're up, we're vertical. So that is all that we can do at this point. And I'm happy to be here with you again. Thank you for having me back.
Of course. Thank you for pushing through to be with us today. I'm telling you, ever since we said that we'll have you back the last time, I was so excited. I was like, oh, I need for them to see. One, I'm glad to be able to share you, but I need them to see the importance that you provide, the mindset, the just shift in perspective. And then I needed them to get this breathing exercise that we're going to do today.
Sure.
Because I'm telling you, that has changed my life. Let me get my pillow set up real quick. Oh, look, I'm like, we got to get centered. So before we jump into that real quick, I know there was one question that I wanted to ask you that kind of came up in our session was, why do you think, because so many times, and we see it on social media and we hear moms complain, well, I'm trying to take me time, but I feel like I'm pushing aside something else I need to do in order to do for myself. And so you're in your me time and you're dealing with this frustration, this back and forth. So, how do we capitalize on our me time to make sure it's effective?
Mm. I think the answer is in that in the question of itself of me time, creating the space, creating the time for you. And I know all the excuses because I was the I don't have time for that. I have this. No, it's an excuse. Like hashtag no excuses. You have to create the time for yourself, mom. You have to, because then that's when your cup is going to diminish, and then you're going to you no longer have anything else to give for yourself and for your family and your children, right? So I think that question is really the first part one is really knowing what you need to fill your cup. And what I mean by that is knowing, like identifying like what fills you up. That could be your core values, it could be even your inner strengths. And sometimes people are like, I don't even know what that is. And that's something that I do when I work with my clients, is really recognizing what that is and why. But for example, for me, like I'm extroverted, but I'm also introverted. I like to be around people, but in smaller events. So for me, what fills my cup is having just a few minutes, and sometimes that's all it is, just to be by myself and feel my body, breathe, just to like reboot. And so me time is really creating what is going to fill your cup. Some may have a lot more help at home, or caregivers, or their husband's home, or family nearby, where maybe that me time is a little bit longer. But I don't want to go on so much of like quantity over quality. Quality me time is actually doing something for yourself and being mindful of that. And so
Yes.
I think that it's being practicing mindfulness. And there are so many different tools in that. And the two that I want to focus on right now is that breath break, taking a minute to actually breathe. I
Yeah.
feel that many moms, women, but moms, there's just endless chatter, like physical chatter, mental chatter, that we probably without knowing are just constantly uptight in our shoulders and our neck. Like we shove our face in between chicken nuggets. Like we're going doing all the things. We're jogging to Starbucks as the kids are screaming in the background, and we're not actually breathing. And so I want to segue into that. The second one is making the actual time for yourself. And again, back to that no excuses. Maybe that's sitting down with your loved one or even your kids if they're old enough to comprehend and understand. Mommy needs X amount of minutes. It could be 5 minutes. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's quality me time, serving yourself, not doing the laundry, not like paying the bills, not doing anything for the house, but for you. Maybe it's sitting down, reading your Bible, if it's praying, if it's going outside. There's so many different things. And again, that is going to be what is important to you. So quality me time. And then the second one that I will segue into it right now is just taking a minute for a breath break. I like to call it a breath break. So the breath break is, like I said, I feel like a lot of times we sit around, we're going off all and all the things, and sometimes we forget that we're probably not actually adequately breathing. A lot of the times when we're in that heightened state, our nervous system, our autonomic nervous system, then says, oh, it creates this anxiety. It creates this emotion of irritability, frustration. Like your brain at that moment, just biologically, hormones and chemicals, believes and thinks that it is an actual danger. And then that's when you're a little bit more tense. You're breathing maybe a little bit more shallow. You're a lot more irritable to sounds.
Yeah.
Your kids are whining, whatever that might be. And so, what I like to do is to try to activate the vagal nerve. The vagal nerve is right inside your cranial nerve, it's up top and it goes all the way down. Like literally, it comes all the way down. And so, the way that we activate that vagal nerve to help release that tension is to actually take really slow, deep, mindful breaths.
Yeah, okay. Before we jump into it real quick, you guys, the key to the breathing, and I thank you for telling us about the nerve, because the last time we were on Simply Health, hey CC, Simply Health was telling us, Eliza, about the hormones
Mm-hmm.
that we can control with our breathing. And it's so crucial because the one thing that they teach you in birthing classes is to control your breathing, is
Mm-hmm.
to be mindful, is to connect with yourself. And so even in today's breathing exercise, I hope we also adopt the being mindful and bringing it back to self and being connected with self, because so many things, like you said, there's so many noise and chatter. We feel scattered. We feel like we lost control. That's one thing I hear a lot from moms. I feel like I have no control. Well, the one thing we can control that is supposed to be automatic is our breathing.
Mm-hmm.
um, and so if we can connect with ourselves, if we could take that moment, like you said, it's not about quantity, because I think a lot of times I'm gonna need me an hour, I'm gonna need, no, 5 minutes can be effective. And this is for everybody. This is, it was funny because I was telling everybody, look, you got to get on, you got to get on, because even if you're a male, if you don't have children, these simple techniques can help you manage your stress, manage your everyday life. Because we skip over so much when something so simple can be so beneficial.
Mm-hmm. 100%, 100%. So one that I wanted to quickly share that I actually just I knew about but never really implemented is a vagal nerve stretch that I want to just show you really quick, and then we'll transition into one of the breath works that I think Key and she's talking about, the one I had led her through. But the one thing that I want to share about is called this vagal nerve exercise, where it starts in the cranial, it passes through, and you want to activate it, and that helps release that energy and surge of hormones that you're holding in your autonomic nervous system, then manifests with anxiety, irritability, and all the things. Is you take the top of you put your hand on the top of your head, and you're actually going to pull it towards you very gently. This isn't like crazy yoga or anything. It's just a nice little gentle. And then your eyes are going to actually fix up on the ceiling, and it looks weird and it feels a little funky. And ideally up to 30 seconds, a minimum, or a minute. If you need like an actual time, you set a timer, and just like slowly just breathe. And you're literally just looking up, and at some point closer to the 30 seconds, you may start to feel kind of a weird, like you want to sigh out. That is then releasing that pressure in the vagal nerve. And then it's helping you kind of recenter your anxiety, or just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And that's something that you can literally do 30 seconds on each side. So again, you take your hand on top of your head, you gently pull it, you're kind of creating like a C, and then you're looking up opposite of the direction you're pulling. And that will help kind of activate that vagal nerve.
Y'all stretching your vagal nerve?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know people have gotten on your nerves already this Monday. So stretch out your nerve.
Yes. So that's one that I just started doing, and it doesn't take much time, 30 seconds on each side. So literally during a bathroom break, like whatever you need to do, mom, or if you're at work, whatever. And then pairing it with some deep breaths is really great, just to kind of help lower that nervous system that's going up here from all of the mental chatter, physical chatter of where you want to pop. That will help kind of reduce that sensation.
Nice. Okay. And it's so funny because even just taking a moment to just be like, to touch myself, it's
Hmm.
kind of like, oh, okay, hey, how you doing? Haven't seen you all day.
Yes.
Good, good. All right, so let's do the breathing exercise. And you guys that are watching, I want you to do this now. Join us as we take a moment. And if this is all the me time you have today, do it. Take this moment for you. All right? All right.
All right. So I invite whoever wants to join us, if you're on a chair, wherever you may be, ideally to sit down. And I want you to just fully relax in the chair. I want you to, if you are in a chair, to feel the ground, that grounding with your feet. If you feel comfortable, closing your eyes or lowering your gaze down, and just taking a quick 2 to 3 breaths to fully relax. Maybe doing a scan of your body, of anything that may feel tension or tightness in your neck, your shoulders. Just letting the chair fully hold you. Now, I want to invite you on a little nature walk. Imagine we're outside. Maybe it's a familiar place that you've been to, or perhaps one you're going to create in your mind, where there is this beautiful stream, and you notice a path. And you're going to walk up this path, and you hear the water trickling down. There's a breeze, the sensation of the breeze going beside your ears. The sun is beaming down, passing along through the trees. And you're just noticing yourself in this beautiful moment, recognizing all of the beauty that God has provided for us. You notice a big, beautiful oak tree. You walk up to the oak tree, sit down on the grass, relaxing against the trunk, continuing to hear the sound of the water trickling by. Now, I invite you to go a little bit deeper, to truly be mindful and present and just focusing on your breath, noticing the air coming in through your nostrils, perhaps cooler sensation, and your rib cage expanding up and out, holding it at the top, and then slowly releasing the air out of your nose or your mouth, noticing that it's warmer, letting your body and your muscles fully relax. Focusing again on that sensation in and out, and knowing that the mental chatter, the noise, the distractions, the thoughts that may come up and try to pull you away from noticing your breath are normal. That's okay. Those are all the things that you carry along your day in your subconscious mind. I challenge you to return to your breath, noticing your body in this moment, breathing in and breathing out. If a thought, an emotion, or sound, or anything that comes up that's distracting you, imagine placing it on a leaf that's floating by you down this beautiful stream. It's going to gently flow down beside you and collect at the bottom of the stream. They'll be there, your thoughts, if you choose to pick them back up. But for now, letting go, being present, noticing your body, noticing your breath. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Perhaps putting your hand on your heart, other hand on your stomach, connecting your heart to your mind. Breathing in and breathing out. I invite you to take 3 more of those breaths, deep breaths in, holding it at the top for as long as you can tolerate, and then exhaling out. Again, deep breath in, holding it, releasing out all of the things that you carry. And your last one on your timing, the deepest breath in, holding it, and exhaling it out. And just know that this stream is always here for you. Your breath is always here for you. To return to that breath, being mindful, slowing down. Whenever you're ready, open your eyes and rejoining me.
I remember the first time doing this, and it made me teary eyed because my brain was empty for a moment.
Mm.
And having been someone that was constantly berated with suicidal thoughts and with depression, to have a silenced mind, it's golden.
Mm. Thank you for sharing that. I think a lot of people, including myself, we forget how we were made. God made us perfect, right? We imperfectly walk around in our bodies, but our bodies are so powerful and we have so much healing in of our bodies of themselves. And I'm a firm believer on the breath and just releasing your, just all of the things that you're carrying and holding. Our bodies are so amazing, and they're almost, to simplify it, it's just balls of energy and balls of networks, like computer system of things talking to one another. And I feel like in our society, and moms in particular, we've been either conditioned to think from our past, and or just the beautiful thing of social media is that it's great, but it's also can be very distracting. And then we get in the comparison game and, oh, they're doing that and I'm not doing that, and then trying to keep up and do all of the things that you're literally feeling like your nervous system is like I can't, no. Then you pop, and then you're angry or you're irritable or you're upset, and you're not, your body's just on sensory overload. And the beautiful thing about the breath is that it's free. It doesn't have to be more than a few minutes. It doesn't have to be long. It's literally just setting the intention to do it. And I think a lot of the times people are like, I don't know how to do that. It's silly. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be this beautiful thing. There are apps out there that you can get guided breath work, meditation, and some are more expensive than others. Or you can literally just sit outside, put your hand on your chest, and actually feel your body, noticing your breath, listening to the birds, and just setting a timer, even if it's for 1 minute, starting with 1 minute. You'll be
Right.
so surprised of how much you can clear mentally and emotionally, where you can show up again to be a better mom and a better version of yourself.
Yes, and I love it because it's coming from you. One, your voice itself is just like medicine,
Oh.
but you're an ER nurse. So, I mean, what's more intense than dealing with little life and trauma every day in and out? And so I love just how you're saying that because it's really just it's as simple as that. And I think sometimes we can overcomplicate it.
Mhm.
Because once your mind is clear, once you're good, now I can take my day, lay it out before me, and prioritize. And that was one video. And you guys, if you're not following her, please go find her on Instagram. Tell us your new Instagram.
Christina underscore wellness coach.
Okay. And then support for moms. And again, if you're not even a mom, it's great to follow because how you said on one your video, it's about prioritizing. Because if everything's coming you at once, you want to go with the craziness. But
Mhm.
okay, let me lay this out. What's my priority? Who needs to go to triage? Who needs my immediate assistant? Like how you lay that out. I was like, oh my gosh, that's my life. I love it. I love it. Yes, Cece says, I love doing this by the water. You guys, God has laid out nature before us, and just to behold the beauty of it can just captivate you and capture you into a moment of, wow, I have a lot to be grateful for.
Mhm.
And it's just my surroundings in this moment. So I love it. I love it. So before we let you go, um, I wanted to ask you, you know, that we're going to say our younger self, but our younger self could be the person that was yesterday. Okay.
Mhm.
What is one thing you would love to tell your younger self, especially now that we're going forward and we have life in front of us? What would you want to tell your younger self?
So many things to that. But I think to let go of the idea and the concept of perfectionism and holding it all together, taking imperfect action, imperfect meaning just doing what you can, showing up as how God intended you to be. You're not supposed to hold it all together. You're supposed to be in a network of other women, other moms to uplift you. I would say my younger self, I would just hold it together and suppress everything until I felt so isolated. And then I oftentimes would push people away during that process. And so I think the big takeaway is letting go of having to hold it all together, letting go of the idea of perfectionism, because nobody, good luck, no such thing. And then adapting the idea and that affirmation for yourself that you are imperfectly made. You are perfectly flawed. Those are oxymorons, but you were not meant to be perfect.
I love it. I love it. I told Christina earlier, I got this shirt in memory of her. I don't know if you can see it, but it says the best version of you. And the best version of you is the one that is going to be the most effective. It's going to be the one that's going to show up. Because I remember I thought at one point, being a mom, I couldn't be so goofy. You know, I had to be so serious and disciplined. But I enjoyed being all myself. If anything, I've gotten more weirder. So show up as yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Know that you're beautiful. Know that you have everything that you need. um, Once you're connected with yourself, once you're connected to your creator, we have everything that we need. And so it's just a matter of, walking it out. And so that's why here at Mommy Mondays, it's not about giving you tips and all the hacks to be the best mom, to, teach you how to do certain things with your kids. We firmly believe that if you get you together and you give yourself that time, that space to figure it out, you will be the best mom. You'll figure out how to make it your own, how to enjoy your kids, get to know them for who they are, and just really enjoy your life. And so thank you so much, Christina, for weathering not feeling well, to come here today to give us this tool, to give us these ways of thinking that we can carry on throughout our week and through this holiday season. You guys, keep in mind, there are ways to manage your stress. You don't have to get swept up in it all. If you need to play this back as many times you need to play it back, it is here for you. All right. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. We so enjoyed being with you guys today. Thank you for your comments. Continue to like, share, so that way we can encourage more moms, more people in general to take that time out for themselves. Christina, was there any final comments that you had?
No, thank you again for having me. And like Kia said, just taking a little time for yourself. You are worth it. You have to do it. And again, that could be whatever you need. It doesn't have to be what you think you need, or what other people think you need. What you need to fill that cup so that you can be, again, that best version of yourself.
Ah, I love it. All right, you guys have a wonderful day on purpose. See you again soon.
Bye.